Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Production. Today I have Tanner with us with a it threw me off, I'll put it that way. We didn't play at all at the locals, but we did play the night before. It did surprisingly well.
Yeah, it's an interesting deck to say the least.
And truth be told, I haven't seen one use this leader truly, and I like it. I mean, granted, as you guys can tell by the profile picture, it's definitely a blue deck. It's definitely a good blue deck. And with that being said, click those buttons if you guys like clicking buttons. We all know Jimmy does. He's not here to defend himself now. And Tanner, get into the profile.
Yeah, so this is a leader that you can actually look in the channel that I played against with Fluff and Bancroft when they did the starter deck battles when they first came out. And I remember thinking at the time that this was a leader that had a lot of potential, but was also kind of bad. And then a couple lists have been popping around. Joey Palladino had a list that I based a little bit of this off of. And I was like, I want to try it. I don't usually play blue. That's not my style. So I wanted to just do something a little bit different and take it. So it's Vegito. On the front side, when it attacks, you draw one card. And then if one of your cards would be placed in the drop area by your opponent's skill on their turn, or on your opponent's turn, or one of your Unisons goes to the drop area, you draw two cards and awaken. There are numerous opportunities to awaken on turn one. And then if you don't end up doing it that way, which I think in the Gotenks matchup you might see on camera, I think I awakened the normal way, and it's just a hybrid, untap one, draw one. I didn't get a blocker in that. So on the back side is what makes it so good. Same thing if one of your battle cards is KO'd or one of your Unisons goes to the drop area, you untap one and draw one, which generates a lot of value. And then what makes the leader really good is it's an activate battle, pay 2 blue. Choose one of your Unison cards. It gets triple strike and 10k, and that's really where you can apply a lot of pressure. So to get that awaken early, you've got to run blockers. So
can we take a pause here? Are you okay with me heckling you?
That's fine.
Okay, go ahead, okay.
You can leave that in. So for Dr. Rhoda's, so the Dr. Rhoda is a blocker, and then when this card is KO'd, choose one of your blue energy and switch to active mode. Shout out to Nick for selling me his that he pulled today from the event. It's a great card. A lot of decks will neg it out so you don't get its ability, but at least if you do, it's there. Then I don't even know how to say his name, but he is a blocker, and then activate main. Your opponent reveals the top card of their deck. If it's a battle card, it gains revenge until the end of your opponent's turn. That factors into a lot of matchups and is a really good blocker. And it makes your opponent play a little bit off. So those are the 4 blockers I would run. To kind of go into some other blocker packages, you do run the Goku and the Hit. It is a blocker and a rival for a blue-yellow, and obviously I'm going to run the Zamasu super combos. But you tap 1 blue, comes into play, and then it has an activate battle, which is really cool, once per turn. If your leader card is blue, you can switch it to active mode. So you can either be really aggressive with it and dual attack, essentially, or you can attack, restand, leave it as a blocker, block, activate battle, restand on your opponent's turn, and you get a lot of value out of it. This card, I think, it's really good, but it does kind of throw your ratios off later on for Zeno, and you can get screwed by it. So going into that, let's talk about our Unison package, because that's what the leader does. So for Zenos, it is a 2-drop Zeno, obviously, or 2-drop Unison. And that's why I talked about the blue-yellow hit Goku there. Its +2 allows you to take a card off the top of your deck, put it in your energy. Fortunately, if the card has energy exhaust, it comes into play tapped, and I've gotten screwed on that quite a bit. But this is a great Unison to get out early. It does give you some energy flexibility, and that -5 ability is actually extremely relevant, and I didn't think it would be. But people ignore this Unison because they expect you to go into a different one with more power, because what's a 19k triple striker? You can combo out of it pretty easily. But if they ignore it, you can -5 and send all of it back to hand, and I actually did that against a Red Broly matchup, which was super handy. He was trying to apply pressure and almost killed me, but he neglected the Unison, and that's why it ended up happening that way. Then from there, you can run 3 babies. +2, you get the draw 1 card. And then the -5 becomes super relevant for applying pressure. which is giving your leader plus 15k in double strike, and then you can use counter skills by discarding 2 cards. If you're playing Gotenks, that's not really relevant because they're going to make you discard it anyways, but I think the Unison's really good, but I choose to run the Goten as my 4th there for that sort of 8 Unison package. It's dual attack blocker, so it's great to give it that triple strike because it's basically a dual attack triple striker. You can -2 to draw 2 cards, and then the -3 choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and get rid of them, so to speak. And then, of course, if you're running Unisons and you have Unisons on board, why would...
It only gets triple strike for the battle.
Oh, for the battle? Okay, well...
Read your cards, know your plays.
Yep. So, it's funny because somebody told me that differently, but whatever. Then the counterplay Trunks, really good. So... From there, we run 3 of the baby. It's got the unique triple strike. It's really good, counter. It is relevant in some matchups where you get to the 5 energy or you activate the baby Unison and can discard 2 cards. And then, of course, when it comes to the play, you draw 1 card, then choose 1 card ignoring barrier and put it at the bottom of the deck. It's good. I think 3 is the right number because it's not relevant all the time. 2, Heroic Prospect. Surprisingly, this card became much more relevant today in the matchups I played. It's sort of a topo in a way. You pay 1 if you have a Unison on field, 3 if you don't. And you negate the attack, play the card, and then your opponent has to bottom deck 2 cards if they attack with a card greater than their energy. I think 2's the right number. It would have been nice to have 3 today, but I think it's not relevant in all matchups. I just happen to have a couple today. Your staples here. I run 3 Bean. It's really good, but it didn't play a lot, and I think 3 is the right number. It ended up being a charge target more often than not. 3-dimension magics. I think I will go back up to 4 on that. Sparking is really important. I found myself tapped out a lot more than I would have liked to have been, and that gets you back in the game. So I think it has to be a 4 of. Then another staple, just because it's a blue deck and blue decks struggle with drawing. 3 Draw Apes. You can kindly get these now. Last I checked, they were $30 this edition, so they're not out of range anymore. We already talked about the super combos. Yeah. 4 Zamasu super combos, really good. If they don't swing with the leader, tap the leader. It can, if your opponent doesn't think about it, it can be really relevant. It's still a good card. As far as another negate, 1 max power Kamehameha because everybody here thinks it's the best card that's ever been printed, so I put it in there. I'm sure he's still out for me. Obviously it's good, but it's not my flair. So Son of our, I guess, win condition, so to speak, 4 Abuni. Great card. Don't have to really explain that one. 1 Munchausen by proxy. Great card. Fu Shrouded. Hopefully you get to 6 energy. 1 Secret Identity Mass Saiyan. 1 Android 17. And then the card that is, I think is the best secret rare that came out of this last set. I'm not sure why people don't think I didn't like it. But Baby Hachiak. I love Baby Janemba, so I guess that's what I'm thinking about. But great card, applies good pressure. So yeah, that's the deck. I'd like a little bit of feedback on it in the comments section. I cheated Jordan in our game. I thought that was for the dual attack, so that's what somebody told me. I'm not going to out anybody. So that's good to know. So on that matchup, Jordan had it anyways, but would have definitely had it. Planet Tuffle. Oh, hey, I got beat by that. That's the deck I should have played today.
One thing I wanted to point out real quick.
Garlic Jr.
Stop putting stuff in the front of it. A great thing is when you get this on the board and you combo it up. Where's the ape?
The which ape?
The golden ape.
The
baby ape.
Oh, the golden ape. That guy.
Yeah, because you can swing with that. If they negate that 40k beater, just play that with 5 energy. It's a great combo.
Yeah.
You think that was your favorite secret rare?
In the set, the 3 that just came out.
Man, what kind of pleb?
What's your favorite?
Baby?
Yeah, what kind of pleb likes?
What kind of pleb likes baby?
No, I think my favorite secret rare. It's either Baby Janemba.
Can we end this video of you punching Jimmy in the face?
I'm good. think my favorite secret rare would probably be the Broly secret rare. I just think it's really good. With that being said, I don't have a catchphrase, so how about my catchphrase is, "Hey Jimmy, go fuck yourself."
With that being said, you know, I'm not even gonna give Jimmy a chance. Read your cards, know your plays, fluff
If
out.
it burns when you pee, you probably have herpes.